Have you ever looked at your Amazon sales numbers and thought, this is great, but then you look at your bank account and it just doesn't add up? You're not alone. We're about to dive deep into the maze of Amazon's fees to figure out exactly where all that money is really going.
So let's start with this. This is a quote from Sarah Martinez, the founder of a company called Eco Home Products. Her business was absolutely crushing it. We're talking over $50,000 in sales every single month. But when she tallied everything up, she was left with this one single burning question. It's the same question that kicks off our entire explainer today. Where on earth did the money go?
You see, Sarah's problem is the classic dilemma for so many e-commerce sellers. Your revenue goals are being hit, products are flying off the virtual shelves, but your actual profit is just razor thin. It feels like you're running on a hamster wheel, Just a ton of motion and activity for very, very little reward.
To solve this, Sarah had to become something of a financial detective. She started tracing every single dollar. This is the story of her investigation, the story of the vanishing profit mystery.
Okay, so here's the setup. Eco Home Products sells awesome, sustainable goods. From the outside looking in, it looks like a massive success story. But on the inside, this weird paradox of high sales and super low profit was causing a real crisis. The question was always the same. Where is the leak?
Well, Sarah's investigation pretty quickly zeroed in on the prime suspect, what I like to call Amazon's hidden fee maze. Let's break down exactly what she found piece by piece. First up, referral fees. This is basically Amazon's commission for letting you sell on their platform. But, and this is a huge but, the fee isn't based on what you actually get. It's based on the total sales price. So think about that. If you run a sale or a discount, you're still paying Amazon a commission on the original higher price. Ouch. Okay, next you've got the FBA fulfillment fees. Right, this is what you pay for the incredible convenience of having Amazon pick, pack, and ship everything for you. But the cost is incredibly sensitive. I mean, a product that's just a quarter-inch too big or an ounce too heavy can get bumped into a whole new, more expensive pricing tier. That can totally change your cost per unit. And then there are the inventory storage fees. You're essentially renting shelf space in their giant warehouses. And here's the trap. This cost isn't fixed. During the holiday season, in Q4, these fees can nearly triple. It catches so many sellers off guard and can absolutely wipe out your holiday profits.
So, armed with all this new information, Sarah went back to the drawing board and recalculated everything. She compared the profit she thought she was making with the hard reality. And honestly, what she found was shocking. So this right here, this is the simple napkin math most sellers do. You take the sale price, you subtract what it costs you to buy the product, and boom, a nice healthy 66% margin. Based on this, Sarah thought her reusable water bottle was a total golden goose. She was reordering them by the thousands, thinking it was her most profitable item by a mile. But this is the reality. Once you factor in everything, we're talking inbound shipping, promotions, returns, and that whole maze of Amazon fees we just talked about, the total costs ballooned to $20. That left her an actual take-home net profit of just under $4. Her margin wasn't 66%. It was a mere 16%. Look at this. This chart says it all. That huge, massive gap between the expected margin on the left and the tiny actual margin on the right, that is the vanishing profit. That's the difference between the business that's thriving and one that's just barely surviving. This is where Sarah's $17,000 went. It disappeared into that gap.
Let's just pause on that number for a second. A 50 percentage point difference. That is a gigantic gap in understanding the financial health of your own business. It's the kind of blind spot that can slowly and quietly bankrupt a company, even one that seems to have amazing sales.
This whole revelation forced Sarah to ask a pretty terrifying question. Which of her products were actually winners and which ones were secretly losing her money with every single sale?
And here are the results of her deep dive. The reusable straws, they were her true champion with a healthy 21.5% margin. But just look at the bottom three products, the kitchen towels, the cutting board set, they all had negative margins. Every single time she sold one of those, she was literally paying Amazon for the privilege. She was losing money on every transaction.
This was the turning point. Sarah stopped guessing and started making decisions based on cold, hard data. The mystery was finally solved. Now it was time for her to master her profitability. So what can you do? Well, it really boils down to this three-step action plan. Number 1, analyze. You have to become a fee detective and break down every single charge. 2, calculate. You have to be brutally honest and figure out the true margin for every single product you sell. And 3, you have to act. You need the courage to cut the products that are bleeding your business dry, even if they feel like bestsellers.
And that really leaves us with one final, crucial question that you have to ask yourself. Without this kind of deep analysis, you could be pouring all of your time, all your energy, and all your marketing dollars into products that are actually pushing your business backward. It's time to find out.